Hello and welcome back to... Oh, I was about to say they are billions, but no, it's space engineers in Escape from Mars. And there we go. And we are going to do this place. Now, this bit of lovely flight research station, if I'm not wrong, there are not any more turrets around. I think I have dealt with all the turrets in this place, because I think all of them are exterior turrets, apart from like the two inside the hangars. But well, I sort of count that as exterior, but whatever. Let's take you off. Pick up the ammo. Yeah, I did hit the roof a bit here. That's something I did. Don't think it's too bad though. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. Not that badly damaged. Was like a hit there, a hit or two in a place or two. But anyway, let's go and take care of this one out here. Thought I heard the thunk. And question is, what am I going to do with you? I don't know if I can hit that, because that's a drone and it's going to take off if I go down there, because if I remember correctly, it is sensor triggered. So if I go down there, I will trigger a sensor and it will wake up and it will start shooting me. And I don't think I can get to the gun from up here. So I think I just will say you can stay down there. Yeah, I did hit that. There we go. And I think when that's done, apparently I have massive amount of ammunition at this point. Let's put away 230, which apparently can't do. Which box does have space? This one has space. Okay, let's head in. Trusty grinder will gain access. It's a multi-purpose keycard, so here we go. And Uh, flight simulator. Not sure I want to go in you. Because I can't really say I care. Do the chairs have anything? Nope. Doesn't seem like it. Research center and exhibition hall. Staff only.
Welcome to the exhibition hall. The next thruster demonstration is in 1 year, 8 months, 15 days, 4 hours and 32 minutes. Please feel free to explore the rest of the facility while you wait. Welcome to the exhibition hall. The next thruster demonstration is in 1 year, 8 months, 15 days, 4 hours and 32 minutes. Please feel free to explore the rest of the facility while you wait. Welcome to the exhibition.
Let's get rid of that. But yeah, that's a very precise date, like time frame for an abandoned building. But anyway, we have all of these things. A bit of a museum kind of thing. Research staff only. Right. Now, grinding through doors is slow and painful. So, we will go through the wall instead.
Searching G-Corp data files. Atmospheric thruster technology unlocked.
Nice. Yeah, and that's why we wanted to go here. Because we can now fly. Now, for granted, we can't fly off. Like, we can't leave the planet. But we can actually make flying vehicles, which will allow for some more freedom. And possibly less travel time, because, yeah, the possibility of flipping over when flying is not as high when you're flying, because there's really not much to flip over in the air. If you manage to do that, yeah, probably going to have to say good job on doing something that should be impossible, or very, very hard to do at least. So, when we have our energy backup, which we do now, thankfully, we can make something that flies. Now, one big issue with flying vehicles is that atmospheric thrusters are expensive. Like, very, very energy expensive. And the bigger the craft, the worse it gets. And if I'm going to do something that flies, I want to do something that is fairly cost effective. I don't think you have anything in you. Nope. I think it's the same for this one. Yep. But yeah, I do want to... I do want to make something that that flies. But for that, I think I need... For that, I think I need... I think the best way to just describe sort of what I want is a large grid vehicle. But I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. I mean, I could make a large grid flying vehicle. That seems kind of... I wouldn't say wasteful, but it feels more efficient.
Inventory full.
It feels more efficient to do a small grid flyer and then have sort of a aircraft carrier large grid which you drive, mostly because wheels are so cheap. So I think it's what I would prefer. But I'm not sure, as I said. But it would mean that a lot of time would be sort of required to spend on designing these two. I think it's time to do that, like actually design and build the basically the cargo hauler, like the large cargo hauler which sticks to the end unless something really bad happens, which fingers crossed it doesn't happen. And then have my fighting vehicle, which is the one thing I have with me when I want to take on shipments. Like if I, for example, needed more uranium ingots, I would take my flying vehicle to go and get more stuff. So that's the loose idea. And I think it would be good to decide sort of soon exactly what I want. But I think I need a large grid. I think I do need a large grid. And I will need probably a flyer for practical reasons. So, now I could also have a rover, like a small grid rover.
Low.
And I'm not sure exactly how useful that would be, to be honest. And you should always be honest, even when you're not. Be honest that you're dishonest or something. But yeah, I think taking a bit of time here, because there's a lot of resources in this place, basically strip down as much as I need of this place to make my 2 vehicles. And I'm thinking of doing the launch grid sort of like an aircraft carrier on wheels, sort of. And then park my other vehicles onto the launch grid. Now, exactly how large I'm going to go, I'm not sure. Like, sure, go big or go home, but too large is also not a good idea. But I will need it to be at least kinda large. So let's see, how much ice do I have? Because that's basically what I can... That's probably the thing that can hold me back the most. And I might need to make sort of a flying vehicle first to basically go back to where their large grid bats pickup, go back to there 16 kilometers away so I can get those batteries. I might have to do that. To be honest.
Inventory full.
This battery is not fully built. This one is built. Regardless, I'm not going to take this ship as it is. I'm going to take the batteries, if nothing else. There are 4 big, like small grid batteries, which is actually not that bad, I think. And I think that's it in the whole craft. But yeah, this design isn't really good, and having turrets on top is probably not the best idea if you actually want them to shoot stuff. I think this is empty apart from the Gatlin turrets. Yep. So what I need to do is basically cut the batteries free and sort of put them together one way or another, and then build my own ship from that, and then go to the large grid bats pickup, bring those batteries here, merge grid them onto whatever thing I have started on here, so I have some large grid batteries onto my big rover. I think that's what I need to do. I do need to have a flying vehicle for that to work in the long run. So let's start getting these batteries liberated from their confined space. of a poorly designed aircraft. It looks cool, but it's utterly useless. There's too many design flaws, like practical design flaws in this. I'm not going to use it, but you could actually repair it and use it and not bother with building your own. But it's still going to take a bit of time to get it up and running regardless. So, and most likely you would need to fix a few things on it. Was that uranium ingot? No, but it's not far off, so something else arrived. I wonder if I should remove that, though it does have 11 power cells on one side, and it does have more. I think it was 16 on the other one. So I'm going to remove this because I can guarantee you it will explode if I don't disconnect it. Programmable blocks. Let's remove you. Now you can move. You can like push small grids around. Not very easily, but you can do that. Let's put stuff in that for the time being. Now, a good thing after having the tech is that we can actually like. I can actually repair these.
Energy low.
So that's a thing. Right, the
Energy
batteries are turned off,
low.
so I can't recharge. It's fine, I don't technically want to drain them. One thing you should remember if you want to use this is that all of the batteries, even the ones that's not built, is turned off. So you do need to go in and turn them on manually. But it's fairly easy to do. It's just open up your control panel and then go into batteries and then toggle it all of them on. So it's not really something hard to do, it's just something you have to remember to do. And once I have cut these out, I'm going to have to push them out of this because this space isn't really a good spot to be in. I haven't decided if I'm going to go remote controlled or direct controlled. Like, am I going to have a cockpit on it and jump in and control it that way? Or am I going to have a remote control block and control it that way? I haven't decided just yet. There's not really anything stopping me from having both. Other than, like, I don't know, space. If I don't want to waste space on a cockpit, then yeah, But one thing that I do need to take into consideration is if I'm going to use a cockpit, where is it going to go? Because if I'm using a cockpit, I sort of need it to be not hit. Like, it needs to be in the most hard to hit kind of spot for enemy turrets. I'm not sure exactly where that's going to be. Probably as far back as possible. But as I said, I'm not sure. Let's cut this in twain and get all of this out of the way. Let's remove this, and I will also there we go. No ugly place where something can get stuck, because as I said, I do need to push these things out of here. And I think
Inventory full.
the easiest way of doing just that is to build this. No, not like that. Get the gap to be as small as possible. The lips, rather. So I think what I'm going to do is the next
Energy
episode,
low.
since we are getting towards the end here for this, the next episode I'm going to lay the framework for basically everything, and then in between, depending on sort of where I am, but I'm going to do a lot of the work sort of not recorded, because space engineers takes a long time when building. So I think doing a lot of the tedious stuff that is just
Energy
running back and
critical.
forth like I'm doing here, I can sort of do off camera. And then when we get to the more destructive things like moving the batteries, merge blocking stuff and such, that can be when we cut back in again. But I'm not exactly
No
sure. Oop,
energy.
oop, 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 oop. Ooh. I was just jabbering on and didn't even notice I had no energy. But yeah,
Convoy dispatched. Delivery Z9273.
I do think some sort of compromise when it comes to like how much time I spend showing every little bit. Of course, if you actually want to see everything, well, please do tell me, because it's actually something that it's something you really want feedback on, but like I will, regardless if I get feedback or not, decide how I'm going to do anyway. So it's not required, it would be very nice. I should end episode soon, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I actually cut them out completely. Make sure they are loose before we completely end. And for that, I need to remove all of this. Now, they are attached to the roof. I do need to cut that part as well. It seems like a turret. Whoop. That box just flinged its way out of there. It was basically, I'm out of here, and just boom. Something that can happen sometimes. And there we go. Let's just check. It doesn't look like the batteries took more damage. So let's remove the top part. Or should I? No, I should probably keep that. So they stay connected for now, at least. But what I'm going to do is slim it down a bit, because there's a bit too many blocks to move around, I think. Oh, small grid blocks takes forever to remove. And I even have a decent grinder, so yeah, it takes forever. There we go. And what I should be able to do is actually do this. And that should be connected. There we go. And if I can move in here. Slowly but surely we are moving it out. And I want to just move it outside. Now, one thing that I'm thinking of doing here is I'm thinking of actually like putting thrusters on these and
energy low.
Get them up in the air, sort of, and then one way or another try to get them elevated a bit without necessarily using pistons. Now, it might be easier, or rather better, might not be easier, but it might be better to just use a small grid piston on my rover and get it up in the air that way. Not sure. Yeah, let's do that. Let's separate them because I want them to be attached in a different way. Need to be careful so I don't break them because it could very easily just break by pushing them around. Yeah, I think I might want to do that. I think I might want to. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do the build, like the sort of the flying vehicle to begin with. However, the batteries are loose and I'm going to have to think of a design. I think what I might do is actually sort of hand draw a rough design of what I want, so I have something to go by. I'm sort of thinking of having a, I don't know, sort of like these hover pods where the engines are, and basically the atmospheric engines are around the batteries. I think could be a way of doing it, but I might also just destroy the 2 unfinished batteries and then rearrange everything. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to see what I do. And I think, but it's like 11 there, 16 there. It's almost, and if I break them, I lose power cells. So okay, whatever. I'm going to have to decide exactly what I'm going to do with these at some point. And even if I do break them, I do have 2 batteries I could do something with. But I am going to have to decide what kind of flying craft I'm going to do, sort of how it's going to look. So I am going to draw something just to have a vague schematic to go by. And once I've done that, I think going back to the large grids where those batteries are and pick all of them up, basically cut them out and take all of them and bring them back on either this one or use my flying one. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but one way or another I'm going to have to bring them from way over there all the way to here so I can merge block them onto whatever large grid I'm going to make. And yeah, that's what the future holds, because next step is mostly exploring and trying to find a way off the planet. If I remember correctly, that's... And for that to happen, I'm probably going to need a lot more materials, and that means I need to raid convoys, and to raid convoys I need something to fly in or at least fight in, and I don't have that yet, so I'm going to have to make that. And we have a lot more exploring to do, and this episode is now 40 minutes, so we are going to round off here. And with this lovely view of batteries, the flight research station, and in the distance to the right, we have the close by air base. So, as I said, I'm going to have to think about how the aircraft, like the flying vehicles, is going to look like, and how what its role is going to be. And I'm going to have to think about the large grid as well. However, that is going to have to wait until next episode. So I think for now, giving the video a like would be super awesome and nice if you did. And with that, thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.